That's radical.
Well, in this video I think I'm just gonna teach you a little bit of Icelandic. And of course, when learning any language, the best way to start is to always learn the swear words and the slurs. Quick trigger warning, if you are easily offended, then you should probably not be watching this video. Go back to BuzzFeed. Oh, and if you have any children in the room, leave the room, but leave the kids and make them watch this, because let's face it, we shelter our kids way too much as it is nowadays, at least most modern parents do. Now when it comes to Icelandic swear words, there are basically only 4 that you're likely to encounter daily. These are the 3 classics: helvitis, djöfulsins, andskotans, very often used together in succession, and while the order of things may change, you know, if you're very pissed off, say you just bumped your toe right after finding out that your wife had an affair with you or something like that, you might use all 3 in a quick succession. Helvitis, andskotans, djöfulsins, or something like that. But helvitis means, it comes from the word helviti for hell, pretty basic. Andskotans, andskoti is an old word for Satan, which I don't think people use that anymore in that context. Nowadays when people talk about the man himself, Lucifer, I think they usually just refer to him as what? Djöfullin?
I think people use andskotin like andskotin sjálfur.
Yeah. Andskotin himself.
Yeah,
okay.
Like, you know, like you refer to a person, it's andskotin himself, you know. Yeah. In the flesh.
Yeah.
And it's just Bob from next door, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Andskotans Bob. Hate that guy. Yeah. I hope he bumps his toe on the coffee table.
While his wife is cheating on him. Fuck that guy.
Yes, fuck that guy. Okay. And of course there is fucking. Fucking, self-explanatory, it's derived of the English word fucking or fuck, but it has been so ingrained in Icelandic pop culture that by now we've Icelandicized it. We spell it differently than, you know, we don't spell it with the F-U-C-K, but with a F-O-K-K. Yeah, we say fuck or fucking depending on the given situation. Like, you know, fucking KR-ingarnir, gátu þeir ekki unnið Valsmenn? You know, that would be something a footballer might say. I don't even know if Valur is a football team.
It is.
It is, okay.
Yeah. I think so.
This guy does not watch sports a lot.
Oh yeah, and I think fucking was really made famous, you know, after the financial crisis, you know.
Oh yeah. Helvitis fucking fuck.
Yeah.
You see, during the financial crisis, among the protesters, there's a famous photograph, or several, or I think like maybe at the beginning it was just one guy carrying a sign. You know, protest sign usually have something like "Government resign" or "You are all traitors." And there was this one guy whose sign only said "Helvitis fucking fuck," but it became so famous that, you know, I know a guy who. Painted this on the front of his Jeep, and, you know, I think at times you could buy T-shirts with it. Yeah, so helvitis fucking fuck actually became a popular slogan, just an all-encompassing slogan for everything that can possibly go wrong.
Oh yeah, I think people were related to that, you know, that phrase because people didn't really understand why the government was bankrupt and all that, so it was just a total mess, so that phrasing kind of described it perfectly.
Yeah, it's kind of a, so it's both a period kind of a slang slur swear that you know, has now been ingrained into Icelandic pop culture. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
So anyway, now we're gonna get into the good stuff. Now we're gonna talk about some racial slurs. This is gonna be good.
Yeah, like this is probably gonna get removed from YouTube or some shit. Yeah, you know, thank God you don't make any money from this, so you can just basically, you have all the power in this
yes.
relationship.
They can't take away my YouTube revenue if I don't make any YouTube revenue.
Flawless.
Yes, flawless. And little black Sambo lived happily ever after. The end. What a nice book. Okay, a very old slur that used to be used all the time for black people was negri. It's very similar to negro, probably derived from the same...
Spanish word negro,
yeah,
which basically
negro. Yeah.
Which basically just means black in Spanish or Portuguese.
Yeah, negri is definitely considered a slur nowadays. It's not something you would should ever use to address a person of color with. Like, bless other negri.
yeah, it doesn't work.
Okay, and then is my personal favorite, surtur. Now, I don't know whether that was ever popularly used, but surtur also just simply means black, or well, actually, surtur was, I believe, a black giant in the ancient Norse mythology, but he was described as not as a black person, but just a giant that happened to be black, kind of like coal. Yeah, I think he lived in a volcano, so he was like black like charcoal or something like that. But actually, I want to tell this one joke because this is probably the best usage of the words surtur that I've ever heard. Okay, small derelation here. Derelation.
Small tangent.
Yeah, tangent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hold on, I need to adjust my suspenders. Okay, so here's the joke. There's this white American who has a girlfriend. Her name is Wendy, and he loved Wendy so much that he decided to get her name Wendy tattooed on his penis. Then, at some point in his life, he went, I'm guessing, to a swimming pool or something, and he was showering in a, and there were other guys showering around him, naked, obviously. And among them, there was a huge black guy, and on his penis, the penis of the black guy, there is a tattoo that says Wendy. And the white guy sees this, and he gets overly
offended.
Not offended.
Jealous.
Jealous. Yeah, he gets jealous immediately, and he walks over to the black guy and he asks, "Hey, what's that there? You're dating a woman named Wendy?" And the guy who told me this in Icelandic, and he said, "Og surturinn horfir á hann með fyrirlitningu," and the surt grabs his penis and starts, wanking it around, getting a little bit of blood in it, and then the white guy just goes, "Whoa," because it doesn't say Wendy, it actually says, "Welcome to Philadelphia and have a nice day."
Yeah. Yes.
One more slur regarding black people, blaumaður, or blue man, and this is actually something also taken from the ancient Icelandic. Nobody uses this today. I'm trying to bring it back because I think it'd be just pretty hilarious. Also, I think if you were to call a black person that, they would probably be more confused than anything else. What did you call me, honky? I don't know why I gave him a white southern accent.
White southern accent.
Okay. If even that, I'm not very good with accents.
Just imagine if gangsters in the projects or whatever would call each other, "Hey, yo, what's up, my blue man?" It just doesn't have the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Same punch.
So blue man is what the Vikings used to describe African people as. I don't know why. Maybe the translation of the word blue changed over time. Maybe they saw them as more bluish in color than black or brown or whatever. But yeah, so that is what the ancient Icelanders or the ancient Norse used to call black people.
It's about Asians.
Asians. Okay. I only know one one slang regarding Asians in Icelandic, that is grjón, which is the same singular as plural. Grjón means, get this, rice. You know, like singular piece of rice. Because obviously Asians eat rice. I actually remember when I first heard of this, I got offended. Like I had never heard of, I just referred to them as Asians, and when I heard somebody say to me, recently I was dating this guy who was a rice or a grain. I was like, the fuck did you just say?
Yeah. Well, so insignificant, you know. You might as well just be grain.
So let's go further down the list. What's next?
An American.
Americans, yeah. Alright. Americans used to be, I'm trying to bring it back again because I think it's funny, or some people, especially older people, still use the word kanar. Kani, singular, kanar, plural. It's pretty self-explanatory, it just takes the Ameri away and just calls the kanar. Basically we call Americans cans.
Yeah.
Or actually we don't do, like
because of their can-do attitudes. Also, I think it's also kind of been used, you know, as an added thing, like kanahora.
Yeah, you know, especially during World War II when there were thousands of Americans stationed in Iceland, we used, you know, like American candy was often called, I think, kananami, or when the Americans started broadcasting their own TV here before the Icelandic TV station first was founded. We talked about the Kanasjónvarp, basically the American TV.
Yeah, well, now there used to be a radio station called Kanin that was based in Keflavik.
Yeah, Keflavik. Yeah,
where most of the were the only American bases, I think. Anyways, and next on the list is Juden.
The Juden.
The Juden.
Now, Iceland has had relatively little contact with the Jewish world, so to speak. So the only slang word that I know about Jews in Icelandic is júðar, and which is definitely offensive. But it's a bit strange that it is offensive because it's derived of either Jew in English or Jude in German. So it's kind of funny how that word got derived into Icelandic but became a slang. By the way, in case you're wondering what Jews are referred to, normally they're referred to as gyðingar, gyðingur, singular. And I have to admit, I have no idea where that word comes from. Anyway, moving down the list, who else can we offend?
We can offend Polish people.
Yeah, surprisingly, you know, there's like 4% of the current population of Iceland is Polish born or children of Polish migrants. So I'm a little bit surprised of, you know, we had to think deep about, you know, about any slurs for Polish people. There are probably more that we don't think about, but the only thing I can think that might be a slur is Polli. Polli.
Polladjöl.
Polladjöl.
You know, it's just, you know, he's just a polladjöl, you know. But, you know, there is one word that we really like.
Okay.
That's very good. Very
kurvari.
Yeah, kurvari.
I guess the plurality would be kurvarar.
Yeah, kurvarar, yes.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I think I've seen that in comments on in comment sections in Icelandic news once or twice.
Yeah.
Usually something to do with gang activity, you know, whatever, some crimes or whatever. Something like, I said helvitis kurvarar. Yeah. But obviously that comes from the word kurva. It's apparently something that Polish people say a lot, and I can confirm from, you know, the Polish people that I know a little bit, or work with or whatever. Yeah, the word kurva gets thrown around a lot. I
think in Polish it means bitch. So we are basically calling them, you know, bitchers. No, they are. Yeah, they are bitchers.
So what would a Polish bits then be like? Bitsing bits?
Yeah, bitching bitch. Yeah, he's a bitching bitch.
Your girlfriend is such a bitchin' bits.
Bitch. That's too stupid.
It's a little bit too stupid.
Yeah.
Alright, so let us now move on to women.
Yes.
Obviously the word whore or hora, horur, plural, is pretty offensive and you should never use that word to describe any woman. Except, of course, if you catch her cheating, then it's totally fair game.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, hora is pretty basic. What else did I write down?
Mettlur.
Oh, mettlur, yeah. Mettla, it's kind of, it has this basic same meaning. You know, sometimes when Icelanders go abroad to countries where prostitution is legal, they will sometimes say, hey, eigum við að fá okkur mettlu, or mettlur. And, but I don't know where that word comes from. It's kind of a weird word.
Yeah, I definitely think it's older than hora, because mettlur seems more like traditionally Icelandic.
Yeah, and because, like I said earlier with the kana mettlur, you know, they were called kana mettlur, not kana horur. The hora may have been imported from English or something, though. That could be. So there, I think there was.
Kurva. You know what's the Icelandic word for kurva?
Tík. Tík. Or tíkur in plural, and same meaning, you know, it's a female dog, which is sometimes used to describe women negatively. Although I think, to me, the word tík has always meant, you know, just a particularly, well, bitchy kind of woman, you know.
Yeah,
you know, the kind of woman that you
likes
know, you
to bark a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind that. At least if I'm the one who's making her bark.
Oh, come on, motherfucker.
You invited this one.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So,
oh yeah. Next on the list is something I'm looking at right now. He's holding a beer.
Are you calling me a fag?
Yeah,
oh,
there we go. There we go.
I thought maybe there was something on the poster. I was like, no, we already covered women.
Yeah, nothing like that.
Okay. Fucky is kinda, or fuckar in plural, is kinda like, yeah, like the English words for fag. Definitely very offensive. Nobody uses it anymore. That I know of, although sometimes people use it not to describe homosexuals, but it's kinda, you know, let's say somebody is a car nerd, completely obsessed with cars, you know, talks, walks and eats and shits cars, basically, then he's a bílafaggi, car fag, or, you know, a
guy that always likes to hang out with his girlfriend instead of going out drinking with his friends.
Yeah, he's a kærofaggi, you know. Kærasta is the Icelandic word for girlfriend, and, you know, he's a kærofag, because, you know, he only hangs out with his girlfriends and neglects his mates.
Yeah, bros before hoes, bro.
Yeah. So basically you can put the word fucky at the end of anything, you know. Okay, so, oh yeah, there was I mentioned the word hommi.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, hommi is the normal word used to describe a gay man, but then there's a longer version called hommatittur, which is definitely a anti-gay slur.
Yeah.
Which I haven't heard used since I was very young, so I wouldn't be surprised if it just has completely died out. Do you remember hearing it recently?
No, not recently. Yeah. Like, I guess because people use fucky more.
Yeah,
you know, because it's, you know, English friendly, I guess. Mm-hmm. But hommatittur, like hommi, I remember it when I was a kid, when people used to describe, you know, gay pride parades and shit like that. Like, there's the hommar, you know, just walking down, you know, the street. You know, it was just like, you know, they were hommar, everyone was just, it was fine. And then for some reason they started taking offense, and then fucky came along, and then I guess people just kind of just like, whatever. Like, they're just hommar, fuckar, whatever.
Wait, did hommi ever become considered offensive? I must have missed that.
Yeah, I guess, like, you know, because people stopped using it. But hommatittur, it's definitely a bit more like derogatory towards a specific individual.
Yeah.
You know, like tittur is basically like a small, like weak man. I guess. You know, he's a tittur, so hommatittur is.
And it sounds very much like tilli, which is a word for penis, but I've never heard the word tilli used unless you're describing a below average sized penis. So you know.
Yeah, so below 18 centimeters, I guess, you know.
That's definitely the white male Icelandic average.
Yeah, according to the internet. Oh yeah, we are talking about retards now.
Oh yes, people with mental disabilities.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is the most difficult because a lot of these words are used while. You know, sometimes I have a problem with my phone, and I will say to my phone that my phone is þroskaheftur, or retarded. But I don't think anybody takes offense to that, because my phone obviously doesn't have any feelings, and if it doesn't work the way it should, there's something wrong with it. Hence, it is retarded. But þroskaheftur, I remember, yeah, it's one of those words that I don't even remember people using it about other people that much. It's kind of a very old, like this is what we would call retarded people back in like the 50s and shit. I don't think it's, because it's now not considered clinical, because it's kind of too vague, I guess, but...
Yeah, it's funny, like most of these words were first just clinical definitions, but then they just turned into like slurs.
Yeah, like fáviti, which basically, or fávita in plural, which basically just means you know little, somebody who knows little, and the word brjálaður or crazy used to also just be used to describe people that had like, I don't know, schizophrenia or something like that, I guess. Like, hann bara brjálaður. Yeah, he's going to a home for the brjálaðir, a home for the crazy.
Home for the crazy. Yes. And there was also like mongolíti.
Oh, mongolíti, yeah. So that's pretty self-explanatory. This was very popular when I was growing up until my teenage years. Like, what are you doing? Mongolítin then. But you know, mongolítin this, mongolítin that, or hann so mikill mongolíti, or sometimes shortened as just mongo. I don't know if kids use that nowadays anymore. Maybe, but I don't hang out with kids, so.
It was really popular with like tvíhöfði.
Oh yeah, tvíhöfði.
It was like a radio show, and there was like this detective Mongo.
The smart Mongolite.
Yeah, the smart Mongolite.
Snjalli Mongolítinn.
Það ómögulegt fyrir okkur að finna sökudólginn. Já, við neyðum sennilega til að kalla á Mongolítan.
Þið kalla nafn mitt.
Já, það rétt, Mongolíti.
Hope you had as much fun watching this as we had filming this. I am Johan Phoenix. My cameraman is...
the mystery cameraman.
He forgot his name.
I'm just a voice in his head.
Yeah.
I'm post-upped. I'm not in this room or anything.
I guess I'm putting him in the credits.
I've been in his videos before.
Yeah.
Julius.
Anyway, thank you for watching and have a nice day.
Yes.
Das Radikal.